Hello coders, I am Hari. Today I will be talking about solid principles. I will be focusing on why it is important or what is the essence for you to understand solid principles. Especially if you are a C++ programmer, you must know how to use them, how to apply them. I will be using C++ to show you how to write solid C++ code. We will be focusing on why it is important, what all you will gain, how these will help while you take care of these design principles when you are writing your code, when you are designing your system. However, there is no fundamental difference in using these principles in different languages. You can use this principle in any object-oriented programming language. The reason why I am making this video on solid principle is, despite lot of material available on the internet, very few explains the kind of example which you can correlate. Or specifically, using C++, you will find very few examples. I will be focusing on single responsibility principle, basically the first principle in this video, rest principles in the respective videos to keep it simple and easy to digest. Make sure you watch this video till the end so that you understand the concept fully. Okay, so let's move to the solid principles. The solid principles and C++. Believe me friends, if you know how to deal with solid principles, how to apply them correctly, they really becomes your friend and they make your life easy. And if you mess with them, they make your life hell. So it is very important to understand how to apply solid principles correctly, how to deal with them while you are designing your system, while you are writing your code. We will be focusing on how to deal with them, how to use them correctly. Let's look at the definition quickly. The definition says, in object-oriented computer programming, SOLID is an acronym for 5 design principles intended to make software design more understandable, flexible, and maintainable. The principles are a subset of many principles promoted by Robert C. Martin. Though they apply to any object-oriented design, the SOLID principle can also form a core philosophy for methodologies such as agile development. So as of now, just remember these words like understandable, flexible, and maintainable. We will look, while we take care of these design principles, how they help us in making our software design understandable, flexible, and maintainable. Let's move to the first principle, that is single responsibility principle. The single responsibility principle talks about only single responsibility and the module should only have one reason to change. Now the question arises, what defines the reason to change and whose responsibility this principle is talking about? People says class should have only single responsibility or class should only have one reason to change. Some people have wondered or they ask a question whether bug fixes qualifies as a reason to change or refactorings are also qualifies as a reason to change. So to understand this point, let's try to understand the coupling between the term reason to change and the responsibility. When you write your software module, you want to make sure the changes or the change requests originated only from a single person or a group of people, those who form single business unit or single business function. Means your software module should only responsible or should only respond to the changes coming from the single person or the single business unit, which means you should gather together the things, those changes for one reason, or you should separate out the things which changes for the different reasons. So the crux of the single responsibility principle is, this principle is about people. Remember, the change requests are coming from the people, so you don't want to confuse them. So let's look at the code example now. In this code example, we will first see the code where the single responsibility principle is not followed and what all kind of problem it will create, and then we will look at the refactored one, and then we will see, once we follow or once we refactor our code as per the single responsibility principle, how it helps us to achieve high cohesion. So in this example, you can see what we are trying to do here is we want to do a cloud speech recognition. So we have our specific cloud configuration. So this class takes a request, sets the required parameter and format the request and send this request to the server and gets the response. It looks very simple, pretty much straightforward. Things are working fine. Now if you watch it closely, this class is responsible for three things. One, it is setting the required parameter which is specific to our specific cloud configuration. Second, it is doing the format of the request which is again specific to our cloud configuration, and then it is sending that request to the server. So where is the problem now? So let's see, having these multiple responsibilities in this particular class, where is the issue? So the first thing is this class becomes very much specific to the speech recognition. Second, this class becomes very much specific to the specific cloud configuration, handling the specific logic or specific format of the request. Third, if we want to reuse this class, we cannot reuse this class in any other project or in any other product. And the fourth one, which is very important, suppose our system is evolving and we want to have multiple cloud configurations. So what happens? This class is forced to change all those configurations, specific logic we have to handle here. And if anything changes in the request from these respective or specific or multiple sources, this class will be forced to change. So now how we can avoid this problem by applying our single responsibility principle? Let's look at the refactored code. So we have now our specific interface, which is request formatter interface. And now what we will do, we will have a specific request formatter for the specific cloud configuration, where we want to have like various cloud configurations like Google Cloud, Amazon Cloud or Microsoft Cloud. So now this request formatter will be responsible for formatting the request for specific configurations, and if anything changes, that will be very much local to that specific cloud configuration. And our request manager class will use this request formatter, which will result in becoming generic. So now that request formatter will not be impacted by changes into these specific formats or these specific configurations, and request manager can be used with any other project or with any other kind of product, and it becomes generic such a way that it can be even used for request other than speech recognition specific requests. So now you can clearly see, by applying this single responsibility principle, we have achieved reusability. Second, specific request formatters will only respond to the changes which is originated from the single sources. So whatever changes comes, that will be specific to that particular request formatter. Other will not be impacted. They will keep on working as it is. There will be no refactoring in those cases. So this results in maintainable code and easy to handle, right? So this is how single responsibility principle helps us in achieving high cohesion and reusability of the code, and helps us in or handling the maintenance of the code. Okay viewers, that's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked this video. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon for the further updates. If you have any comments, suggestions, please do write into the comment section below. To know more about us, please visit our website, that is www.quickstep.in. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. The links are given into the description section below. Until the next video, stay safe, stay healthy. See you in the next video.